What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and in this video, we got to talk about Koch Media, and I don't even know, there's another way of saying it, and I'm not going to say it here for the purposes of YouTube, but I do know that, I don't even know if Koch Media is exactly how you say it, but no, look, they are having a conference, okay, next Friday. I honestly, I will tell you, up until, and I'm recording this probably 10-15 minutes after, like, the tweet kind of came out, up until, like, an hour ago, I was actually pretty excited for it. Like, I was contemplating live streaming it. I don't think I'm going to be doing that, but I will cover it. I will make videos right after it. But I was, like, getting excited. You know, they're part of E3, but they're going the day before E3, which just makes E3 look more of a joke. And I thought, okay, look, Saints Row 5 is probably a lock, right? We've heard so much about it, and I get just because you hear about something over and over again doesn't necessarily make it true. I think in this situation, it does, in that it probably was supposed to be revealed last year, and we've gone over that stuff, right? So Saints Row 5 seemed like a lock. I know I pitched on the main channel Dead Island 2, right? I was like, okay, it's been long enough. Why not? Like, truly, at this point, why not? Okay? Now, they do other stuff, and that's Deep Silver, by the way, right? Deep Silver is Saints Row, it's Dead Island, and that's underneath Koch Media. Technically, Koch Media also does things like Destroy All Humans. So I do think Destroy All Humans 2's remake will be at their E3. That's one big announcement I still do believe will be there. But they sent a tweet out today that basically said, now they had, time splitters and other stuff that they said in the tweet, but the two big ones, in my opinion, is don't expect, like, we're not going to show anything at our show on Friday, as well as E3 in general. We're not going to show or talk about Dead Island or Saints Row. Now, I mean, it's them acknowledging it, which is kind of good. Now, they said Saints Row and Dead Island. They didn't say Saints Row 5, and they didn't say Dead Island 2. They're just talking about the base properties, okay? So I'll be flat out honest, like, I'm disappointed. And it's funny because, on the main channel, depending on when this video goes up, the main channel's video today is talking about the hate that people are getting that are making God of War. I can't use certain words, right? But I was talking about that in terms of, like, I think it's okay to be disappointed, okay, or upset, but it's not okay to take that extra step and start to do certain things to people, or, tell them that you are going to do certain things to them, right? That's where you draw a line. I really don't think there's anything wrong, though, with setting somewhat expectations and then having them be crushed before your very eyes. But no, I mean, like, the Dead Island thing, it was more like wishful thinking, right? It was, and it really, my entire argument for Dead Island 2 was, why not? That was it. It's like, it's been long enough. It's, like, this year is just like last year, just like the year before, just like the year, like, all of these years in terms of talking about Dead Island are literally the same in terms of, like, it's been being worked on. You could probably show it again just to show that it's still alive, even though we know it is. It's just, it's been rebooted like 2 or 3 times, so it's like, okay, well, it's not going to be the same game now that it was back then, so just show it. Just show a trailer. So, there was no backing. There was no back, and that's why, like, again, it's hard to be too mad at them. Specifically, I would say, for Dead Island, because it's like, well, it was just something people were hoping for. Saints Row, and now, like, again, I do want to make it clear, technically, Koch Media never, like, they didn't lead us astray. They weren't hinting at announcing Saints Row 5, and then they pulled the plug at the last second. That would be different. So, like, I do want to make it clear, while I'm disappointed, and I did want these two, these two specific games to be at E3, you can't get all that mad, I personally don't believe, at Koch Media for it, because it's not like they led us astray just to, you know what I mean? So, Saints Row, though, is the bigger one, in my opinion. I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't. I just really don't know. What's funny is I was looking on all the different sites that, and I go on like 5, 6, 7 sites to try to look at all the leaks, all the rumors, all the news of every day before I pick the ones I'm going to make a video on. And one of them, I did see there was a supposed leak for Saints Row, and summer 2022 is when it would be released. It would release next summer. They gave a little bit of like a plot description, but they said that it would be revealed at E3. And I believe that rumor was posted like 2-3 hours ago, and then they did this tweet. So immediately, that kind of shoots down its accuracy, I would say. But that's the thing, though. The E3 part obviously wasn't true. Like, they kind of claimed that they knew that, and so obviously they're lying about that, so maybe they're lying about the whole thing. But I do generally believe Saints Row is probably coming out within the next year and a half. I really do believe that. And as I said, because again, like, I made a specific video for Saints Row 5. I made a specific video for Dead Island 2 on the main channel on Podcast Now. And again, in those videos, I guess for the Saints Row one, I said I believe Saints Row is a good example of a game that can be announced and then released, like announced and then released 3-4 months later. If they waited all the way till next E3, let's say, to announce this game, I could still see the game coming out next fall. You know what I mean? 3, 4, 5 month turnaround time, and the game is released. I believe that. And I believe that for anything. So I guess any example of this game. So if it gets announced at Gamescom, then it could come out around like January, February. If it gets announced at the Game Awards, it could come out like in the first half of the year. I believe that. Okay. Even though it's not being shown this year, or I guess at this E3, I still believe that general premise about Saints Row. But I'd say overall, you can be disappointed about those 2 games. Obviously, that's what this video is, and I understand that, and I'm with you. I'm very disappointed we're not going to get those 2 games shown at least just a little bit. Now, could they be lying? Yes, but I will say, weirdly enough, it seems like as time has gone on over the past 2, 3, 4 years, when developers tell you they're not to kind of squash expectations, and they say, hey, we're not, just so you know, just you're not expecting this, we're not going to be at this X event, we're not going to show Y game. They can lie, and there has been times where developers and publishers have said they're not going to something, and then they're there, okay, because they were trying to hide it to make it like a big deal. That absolutely happens, but it just seems like over the last couple years, they've been more accurate than ever before. You know what I mean? So when they say something, I'm more inclined now than I was 5 years ago to believe that they're telling the truth, and maybe that's just because, yeah, they don't want like a God of War situation. They don't want people going to their houses or attacking them on Twitter because they believe it could happen. They'd rather just get ahead of it and say, hey, we know you're excited for these games, but we're just flat out not going to be there. So, don't expect it because it's not going to happen. Now, again, they are going to be there. It's just not the games aren't. The companies will, but they're not. So, in my opinion, it sucks for Dead Island. At the same time, I've made this joke before. How many people truly care about Dead Island 2? I am one of them. So I'm not saying they don't exist. I am one. I know there. Whenever I say that, there are people in the comments that say I'm still interested in, they raise their hand and say I'm still interested in Dead Island. I know those people exist. Saints Row, I think, is a bigger deal. I think a lot of people are excited for that one. To me, it's more of the event now gets hurt because it's what are they going to show? The thing with Koch Media in general, and I believe, and I always get this confused, THQ Nordic, or THQ, is a part of them, or they own them. It's one of them. So, any game that you've seen from THQ Nordic over the last, several years, ever since they came back from the dead, and they have a lot of studios and they have a lot of games, I believe they're all part of the exact same thing. I think. I'm pretty, and I cover games for a living, and I always get confused about that. But they do have a lot of games. They do. I mean, the general point is there are a lot of games, there are a lot of studios. I still do think they can make big announcements. Again, honestly, at this point, Destroy All Humans 2 remake, which I do 100% think is real. I think they're working on it. I don't think it's releasing this year, but I really think that could be their big game that they show this year. Because now it's you're literally gonna have a press conference. It's gonna be a press conference next Friday. I'll be watching it. Like I said, I'm probably not gonna co-stream or anything, but I will make videos right after. But what are they gonna? I truly was expecting Saints Row 5 and Destroy All Humans 2. Those were the big 2 games. Now, and then maybe Dead Island if we were lucky. Now it's Destroy All Humans and then surprise me. That's kind of my expectation of it now. So let me know, guys, in the comments below. What do you think? Are you disappointed? What games do you think they could show now that they're not showing those ones? Let me know. As always, make sure you guys are subscribed. Bell icon turned on. Very important. I know I always ask it at the end of the video. Should probably do in the beginning. But during E3 time, this channel is going to be very important because I can't put everything on the main channel on podcast now. I have to put some stuff on this channel as well. And I want to. Obviously, I want to. So there'll be plenty of E3 coverage here as well. So make sure you guys are definitely, staying tuned to this channel. There'll be more than one video a day. I normally do one video a day. There'll definitely be more during that stretch, okay? Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you for tomorrow's video.